I'd be pretty fat if I had to do surveillance a lot. Just sitting in the car.
Yeah.
I'd just be eating sandwiches.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, a lot. Yeah. Even just to stay awake, you know, like I'm sure like fucking 𝐬𝐿ZHI's or like, you know, just like eating seeds and shit or, you know, beef jerky, just nibbling on something, you know.
Pistachios are good. I used to chew on those if I had to do like a late shift.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So
weekend, I'd be like, oh, what are we looking at?
Yeah. Yeah. The old Conor McGregor just. You see that? Like he did this BKFC thing, and they did a bunch of face-offs, and the guys were getting each other's face because he owns a piece of BKFC, and so he was being like the Dana White, where he was like the guy in between the face-off, and he's like there, he's like red and sweating and stuff, and his collar's popped, and you know he's just like he just seems like he's on one. And the boys are like, you know, these are like BKFC guys, you know, bare knuckle fighter guys. Like, I mean, these guys are fucking nuts. So, like almost every face off, like just spirals out of control. And he's there in the middle of it, like, you know, separating the guys. And like, you know, you can tell he loves it too. And he separates these two fucking guys that were at each other's throats. And he like steps back and he does this kind of like thing like that. He goes, whoa. It looks so suspicious, right? Like it's like fuck, man.
Where
like,
the fuck am I?
Yeah. You know, it's like the total like cliche, like cokehead like type vibe, you know, he's got going on. But
imagine his life. Like
it's crazy life.
You know, he was in a movie. He's got
I really enjoyed that. Money. Did you see that movie?
I did.
Roadhouse?
Yeah. It was just, he played Conor McGregor with an American accent.
He was a caricature of himself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he was funny in the movie, you know? And there's a lot of funny parts. Like he walks into the backyard and there's like a pool back there. He's like, where the fuck is everybody? You know? And he's, you know? Yeah.
My favorite part of that movie was after it. I watched an interview with him and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Jake's like talking to the camera, you know, as a professional movie star. It's like, yeah, you know, it was a lot of work. And then like cuts to Conor McGregor beside him and he's like,
yeah, his jaw's rocking, you know.
And like you can see Jake kind of go like.
But at the same, like I saw that too. But at the same time, like you can tell, like Jake Gyllenhaal like gets a kick out of him too. Like he probably enjoyed working with him.
Oh man, I bet he's a blast to work with.
Yeah.
Or hang out with.
Yeah,
just like
he's a guy you want on your side. I mean, remember like the whole Khabib situation where they, it was in New York and Khabib and his boys like surrounded 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐽 or Artem. Like it was a guy that trained with Conor, and so he's a guy on Conor's team. And now Conor and him like are not boys anymore, but Conor saw that. And then he got all his boys. They were in Ireland, and they fucking got a PJ. They got a jet. They're like, let's fucking go there right now, you know. So they hop on the private jet, fly all the way to New York, just to then attack Khabib on a bus, and he throws that fucking thing to the window of the bus.
Like, amazing. You know? That is who you want.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna go to another country like on a whim, commit a crime, and get locked up for you like that. You know, like. It's pretty crazy.
Man, I watched him on Tucker Carlson.
O'Connor was?
A month ago. Because he at the time, I don't know if he still is, but he's looking to, like, what does Ireland have? A premier or a prime minister?
I think they got a president.
They got a president. Okay.
I think they got a president. Maybe they got both. I think maybe they got a prime minister and a president. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Either way, he's going for politics.
Right.
Yeah. And it's funny because he was on there and he was talking about, you know, illegal immigration and like, you know,
right,
how crazy things are in Ireland right now.
Yeah.
And everything I seen before that was like him with a shaved head, like in a bar, taking his shirt off,
knocking somebody
punching
out.
someone in the face. Yeah. Looking like he's on blow, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
He's a beauty.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely a beauty. He's one of a kind for sure. Right.
But like, what do you do? Like, you're a cage fighter, you make $1 billion. You're not going to get into finance.
Yeah.
You know, you got to rock that lifestyle.
yeah, what was he? He was like a plumber or something before,
Yeah.
or you know, and he, you know, like he's famous. He said he never had a pot to piss in, you know.
Yeah.
And, so he's like a self-made guy. So, um, so yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys. Is just he's gonna. It seemed like he was gonna find a way to do it, no matter what.
Yeah.
That was a special time being a fan. Like,
Oh, big
you know,
time.
seeing that.
Well,
you
he
know?
was so good on the mic and
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
You know, and he played it right too. Like, he was definitely in the wrong weight division,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like, he could fight, he could bang, and
Yeah.
he did that like I think it's like non-linear fighting,
Yeah.
where it's like he goes around to the left and right,
Right.
and strikes, and
Yeah.
he's got like a hammer for a fist.
Such a sniper.
Yeah.
Like he's so accurate. He had that like Anderson Silva accuracy where like you wouldn't like Anderson Silva, he's a lanky dude. And you see bigger guys throw what looks like heavier punches, but it's like this sniper approach that he lands that punch perfectly and it just puts a guy's lights out, you know? And Conor looks like he can generate power behind that as well. You
Yeah.
know, that he has that leverage. You know?
Yeah, he's
So-
got a really natural athletic body, I think.
Yeah.
He-
People want to diminish his accomplishments like in hindsight now, but at the time when he fucked up Eddie Alvarez, like that was one of the best performances like I think I've seen.
oh,
He-
man.
He just walked down Eddie, and Eddie Alvarez was at his peak then too.
Yeah.
And he just walked him down and just put him away like it was like Eddie was nothing. And you know, Eddie's been in there with the greats, right?
No, even just the way when he throws things, he's so controlled. Like
Yeah.
he's not closing his eyes when people are throwing punches. They're
Right.
just barely missing.
Right.
And then he's got a combination to come back with, or he's countering their punches. When he did the boxing match, the thing about Conor is he's smart because he made a ton of money outside the UFC too.
Right.
Like he got
Yeah.
started, he did that boxing match with Floyd Mayweather,
yeah.
and that was funny though because I never really watched boxing. I'd only watch like highlights of Tyson, and then I think Conor McGregor's a pretty good boxer,
Mm.
and then you see a good boxer,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Floyd didn't do anything
Right.
the whole time. He just dodged, and then like
Yeah.
the last 2 minutes, it was just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, that's people were, saying that Floyd carried him a little bit too. And
Yeah.
Floyd, he can,
I think he totally did.
can do that,
Yeah.
but
He's impossible to hit.
yeah,
He just
yeah,
same thing with Logan Paul. That was a more of like a horror fight,
yeah,
where it's like I think all the Paul fights are like the thing with Tyson. That really felt staged.
There's this notorious clip of Tyson pulling a punch. He like set him up with this like right straight, and then as he's throwing it, he just lets it go. Like he set up Jake Paul like perfectly for it. Jake had his left hand down. Mike was coming in, and he just kind of pulled it back.
Mhm.
And it's like, whoa. You see some guys like Tony Jeffries react to it and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, that looks suspicious.
Well, the whole time he was biting his glove, which
Well, I mean, that doesn't. Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of like he explained that as like, or I mean, that can be like a nervous kind of tick that Tyson has.
but like you don't see it in his earlier fights,
right?
and
Yeah,
he has a podcast. He's always
yeah,
talking publicly, like he's not fiddling his fingers or
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever noticed.
yeah,
And then and again, what do I know?
yeah,
Just shooting the shit, but it really seemed like he was like, don't fucking, don't hit him, don't react.
Yeah. I don't know much about like Logan Paul or whatever, but with Jake Paul, man, it's hard to hate him too, though. Like, I'm pretty sure he paid for Ben Askren's lung transplant.
I heard
which
that.
is like
Yeah,
$500,000.
that's awesome.
And what he's done for women's boxing, like he's done more for women's boxing than like anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, they just put on this Netflix show, and you should watch it because the production value, it puts the UFC to shame. Like the
Wow.
production value was phenomenal. Like the way it looked.
what's it called?
It was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. So,
Okay.
I mean, Katie Taylor, she's a Olympic gold medalist. She's like the most decorated female boxer ever. She's she's like basically a god in Ireland. And
Did she fight in the prelims before Jake Paul and Tyson?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
Okay.
her and Amenas fought on that one too. You know, because so I mean,
that was the best match. If it was them,
yeah,
that was the best match of the
yeah.
night.
I think it might have been, yeah. So, so yeah, they had this Netflix fight on Friday, and it just looked great. It looked great, and like the entrances were like, I mean, the UFC entrances are so stale. You know, they've
been around for a while.
They're like, the way they do it is just so, like, you should give people, if people want like a chance to shine and like show their personality and show their star power, it's the time to do it on an entrance. You think about how important entrances are in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows like the Undertaker's entrance, you know, the bell tolls, you know. Like
even Pride, like,
yeah.
Pride had like crazy entrances.
Yeah. You want these people to look larger than life. You just don't want them walking in through the crowd, and you know, like it is like a boxing thing. Like I know Dana White has said, like he doesn't want to lean into that pro wrestling aspect of it, but you know, it's a show. You're putting on a show, and you think back to, I think it was Chuck versus Tito 2, their rematch. And even that, it was so cool. Like you had, like Tito had like the fire on his shorts, Chuck had the ice on his shorts, and Tito, like, you know, say what you want about Tito, but it was just such a cool entrance, and it was such like a memorable moment in MMA. So there's so many of those characters in MMA that could do the same thing and elevate themselves like that and show who they are. But the UFC is more about the UFC. It's like it's almost like they don't want anybody like shining too bright, like get a Conor McGregor situation. It's almost like they don't want another Conor McGregor anymore. Where a guy becomes so big that he's difficult to control. Yeah, you know, and you know, so
it's funny though. Like you think you would want that because Conor made so many people watch the UFC.
Yeah, you'd think, but I don't know, man. Like I don't know what's going on with the UFC lately, but I just wish they would kind of evolve their game a little bit more. You know, the biggest thing I would like to see, which will never happen, but I'd like to see them get rid of the cage and adopt the pit. Like they have their BJJ pit, which is an octagon style pit. They call it the bowl or something like that, because the pit is trademarked. And that would be such a good way to put on MMA fights. There'd be no stalling on the cage or anything like that. Yeah, there's like you'd have to advance because you pay so hard for backing up and then going into that slope where it's easy to be taken down or whatever. So like strikers, even like you'd have to be forced to engage more. Karate Combat does a pit, and man, like every Karate Combat fight is a stoppage. Like there's some crazy knockouts.
Oh, I watched them. Yeah,
they're nuts.
No, that's true though about the pit. Get rid of the cage.
Yeah, such a better viewing experience too. You know, for everybody.
Oh man,
not just people in the arena.
Fighter.
Yeah,
be great.
Yeah. They should buy that IP from whoever it is. Is it Craig Jones? I think Craig Jones maybe owns like the pit trademark. I don't know. And buy it from Craig, or give Craig some credit. He's been complaining that he hasn't gotten any credit for for them like putting on or stealing his ideas or whatever. For
Craig Jones presents.
Yeah. Craig Jones presents.
Man, I fucking love that
UFC
guy.
Pit.
I love Craig Jones.
Yeah. And
he got an MS-13 tattoo. He's like,
he got "fuck you" tattooed on the bottom of his feet, and it's such a meathead thing. It's such a stupid thing, and he's a smart guy. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh man, it was a mistake." He's like, "Fuck," and I regret that, because he's like, "I wasn't planning on like it healing so terribly." And it's like, dude, yeah, no shit. Like tattoos on the bottom of your feet, and he's like hobbling around for like a month. He can't train, like nothing. Doesn't make any sense. So he's going up against who's the wrestler guy? I'm blanking on him right now. But he's one of the best wrestlers on the go right now.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's
what's his name? Fuck.
I can't remember his name. I just remember.
I don't know how
I
I'm
seen him pick
messing
Craig
his name.
Jones up
Yeah,
in like that Dirty Dancing like lift.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
wow, he's gonna
Yeah.
kill you.
I hope Craig comes out in a singlet, just tries to wrestle him, see
Oh.
what happens, right? Like he's got, what does he have to lose? You know, if he loses a game like that, like nobody cares,
No,
right?
no.
But yeah, I mean, the last CGI that he put on, like that was one of the best viewing experiences for like a martial arts competition that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
right?
that was huge.
Yeah.
He put jiu-jitsu on the map.
Oh man,
with
it was so good. And like when he came out and he's going up against Gabby Garcia, and then like he's got those tearaway pants and he throws those off like a stripper, you know, and it was just like he has that like it factor, right?
Oh, big time.
He can make anything seem cool, it seems like, right?
Well, like Gordon Ryan, who's probably the best jiu-jitsu fighter.
Yeah.
His personality is really weird.
He's too autistic.
He is.
Yeah.
And even his voice,
Yeah.
He's like this huge dude who's like super talented. He's like, man.
He's autistic. He spends too much time with Danaher. He talks a lot like Danaher too. You know? But I mean, that's you don't get to be that good without being a little bit weird, right? He's obsessive with his jiu-jitsu, and
So what happened with the B team? Was like.
Yeah, that's.
I've heard. That,
yeah, I just heard some weird shit went on. There was like Nicky Ryan, like Gordon Ryan's brother, and him. They had some kind of falling out. There might have been some weird shit on the go with that. Like nothing's confirmed on it. Like nobody will say like what it is, but
the rumors are wild.
The rumors are wild, but Nicky and Gordon are like they're back to like, I'm pretty sure they're back to like talking and stuff. Like they're not like totally on the outs or whatever.
They both have the same voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Craig has like mended the kind of bridges with Danaher.
I've heard that.
And he said like, like Craig took things too far, and like he admits that, and that's what he does. He just takes things too far. I mean, that's Craig Jones, right?
Yeah.
And so, and their team is competing. They have like a new wave team, or like a King's Way. I think they've opened up a new gym, like King's Way, that Gordon is going to be like taking more of a trainer kind of role along with Danaher.
Is he retired now?
He might be.
Okay.
He might be, because he's had crazy health issues.
Yeah.
With like his gut flora is all fucked up, and from
like staph infections.
Yeah. So he fucked himself up with antibiotics where, he didn't know any better at the time. And he was taking antibiotics like flat out for his, for some staph issues that he had. And then he just fucked up his flora and his guts for good, pretty much.
Damn.
So he's always nauseous. And I've been there before too with antibiotics when I've had staph, and I think how I was fucking myself up was I was taking them on an empty stomach, maybe, or taking them on an empty stomach, and I was nauseous as fuck for a very long time. That was
giving me the shits.
Oh yeah,
I had MRSA last year.
Whoa.
Yeah. I had 2 staph infections.
No way.
Then when I got the third one, they were like, "That's MRSA."
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How did that go away? How'd you do with that?
I had to take like heavy duty. It's antibiotic immune or whatever.
Yeah, because MRSA is essentially antibiotic resistant.
Yeah.
Staph.
So
right?
whatever they gave me, it like made me shit everything out all the time.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Terrible.
It took 2 weeks and it completely cleared.
So the next time I got on antibiotics, every time I took the antibiotics, I'd take it with a shitload of Greek yogurt. Oh yeah. And I never had any issues at all.
Yeah, I've heard that like the probiotics are great with antibiotics.
Yeah, like I'd have like half a fucking liter of Greek yogurt with the antibiotics, and I felt nothing compared to the first time I was on them, where it was really bad, So yeah, I didn't have any lingering. I didn't have any nausea at all. I just felt like shit. Like when you're on antibiotics, you feel like you're missing a gear or something. You know what I mean? But well, yeah, once the antibiotics were out of my system or whatever, it was just right back to normal, you know. So if anybody is listening and they need to take antibiotics, fucking take that shit with Greek yogurt. You know what I mean? I think
It's like probably 15 years ago, I quit smoking, and I was like, "This is retarded. People like I don't want to get cancer."
right.
So I quit smoking, and then I'd really like to get shredded.
Yeah.
Before I'm like old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and if I have like a couple drinks, I get the hangover, and then my workout kind of sucks, and I eat garbage. So then I'm like, that's it. I'm not gonna have any more drinks.
So you trying to get shredded now?
I am, yeah. Yeah. Intermittent fasting.
How long have you been trying to get shredded for?
Not very long.
Okay.
Yeah, not very long. Yeah. Well, when I met Pam, I had abs.
Oh yeah.
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 I
Nice.
had abs. Giles last year was like, "Do you remember when you had abs?" I
Yeah.
was like, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old days. I've been shredded. I was shredded for almost all of my 20s. And then the 30s hit and I stopped really giving a fuck, you know, about being too shredded. And the leanest I've ever been was I was doing intermittent fasting, and I was doing 4 and 20. So 20-hour fast, 4-hour eating window. And it was...
That's not even intermittent. That's
yeah,
like warrior diet shit.
I think that's what it's actually called, you know?
Yeah.
But I was down to like 185 or something like that. And like super lean, you know? So probably like 8% or 7.5%, you know, like a legit, you know, some people will say like, you know, they've been like 2% body fat or 3% body fat, but that's all bullshit, man. Like guys that step on stage are like 4% body fat, right? It's...
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing. So trying to like not have drinks.
Yeah.
But like we go out with friends, everyone's having drinks.
Right.
So it's like, it's not like I'm fucking mean, or like the next day I wake up and crack a beer.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a problem.
Right.
So it makes it very difficult
Mhm.
when I can just enjoy a drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I look at Joe Rogan, and I don't know the situation, but he quit drinking.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you're an alcoholic,
Yeah.
I think sounds dumb, but I think in a way it's kind of easier, because like you're like, I'm at rock bottom.
If there's an incident and you have to like have a come to Jesus moment and be like, no mas, like I can't be at this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what his issue was. I know like he owns a fucking nightclub, essentially, like comedy club.
Yeah.
He's there all the time. So
I think he's just obsessed with his health, and like
Yeah.
he's getting older.
yeah.
You know.
But you can imagine like the habit you can develop when you own a club and you're there all the time, just having a couple of drinks every night, and next thing you know, it's just too comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
I find that the camper, like that is a spot where after lunch, everybody starts having drinks.
Yeah,
And you can drink a lot of drinks.
yeah,
So in those situations, I don't.
right,
Because I'm like, I'll drink like a dozen coolers.
right.
Like a girl. But
Yeah, tough to keep track of them too. When
it
you're,
is.
You're day drinking as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'm tired and shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I got no time for that. But like, I don't know, having a fucking old fashioned or two and watch a movie with the missus, like,
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm a bit of a gulper too. But I've gotten better over the years with like just having a nice glass of whiskey and just sipping on something nice.
Yeah.
And if it's, and I like very smoky scotch, like peaty and smoky scotch. It's not for the faint of heart, you know. I like stuff that you drink that and you really can't taste anything for the rest of the night, you know, that type of scotch. But it also puts a bit of a kind of a regulator on how fast you can drink too, because you're just not, you know, going to be chugging down like smoky scotch, you know what I mean? But if something's too smooth, like if it's too nice, then it's, you know, all of a sudden you're just slamming them.
You're doing shots.
You're
And that's not good.
You're doing shots of just pure booze.
Oh man, it's I think we're all of us when you're young, especially in Canada.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, you're partying and
Yeah.
you're drinking beer and you're smashing beer and shots and everything else. And then you have to learn how to drink like a normal person when you get older.
Especially in like a soggy, wet rock in the Atlantic Ocean that we live on, right? Yeah. And there's such a drinking culture here, you know? So like what else do you do on the weekend?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, especially in the winter, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I find what works for me is like I took a month off this time, and then we went out a couple times and I had some drinks, and before that I had like a month off. Yeah, you know, and just like I don't know, feeling that out. But sometimes I find when you do that too, it's like it's better if you take a big break, have a couple drinks. It's like okay, nice. Yeah. You're reset. You know?
Have you ever woken up like with the shakes?
No.
The tremors? That's bad. That happened to me on a vacation when I was in like my early 20s. And I think I was in Costa Rica. And I woke up one morning shaking like a little leaf. And I got out of bed. And I remember walking down the hallway, like shaking, like kind of like floating to each side of the walls. And I had this thought. I got so anxious that I thought I was going to be like attacked by a bird or something was going to fall out of the sky and like land on my fucking head. I just had this unreasonable amount of like paranoia. And then
I've had that.
Yeah. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Dread and anxiety from it before.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And I got down to the bar again and just had like a Irish coffee and it felt like $1 million, man.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the thing about alcohol. Like young people are not really drinking anymore. And it makes sense because like if you smoke weed or have an edible, the next day you feel better. I do. You know what I mean? It's but like alcohol is such a poison.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a social lubricant and it's nice at the time, but the next day, man, it's fucked.
And then the tricky thing about weed is that there's no obvious price to pay for that in like the immediate aftermath. So then that can become a habit because you're like, fuck, well, there's no issue. I'm not feeling bad after I do this, and I can kind of just do it and wake up and have a normal day.
Yeah.
So then you can develop a habit that way of just using that as because I mean you can just be sitting on the couch and you get schwacked and you get absolutely whacked to death on that kind of stuff, and it can make like a normal, like boring time just entertaining, you know. And you can just go down a YouTube rabbit hole and just enjoy yourself over with nonsense, you know. So but I think you kind of need some boredom in your life to think about shit sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And so anyways, I think the trick with that stuff, it's like, you know, use it on occasion as well to make the occasion, you can amplify it a little bit, you know, throw some fun into it, you know what I mean? But you know, if you're using controlled amounts and you're not getting schwacked up on it, then and it's helping you, you know, decompress or, you know, calm down to get some sleep and get sleep started, then, you know, there's that utility to it as well. So,
absolutely. Yeah. If you start using it every day for no reason, it's an issue. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I find I like it a lot. It makes me like, if I got to think about something, I can start thinking about it from other people's perspective. So like if there's something going on with work and I'm like super frustrated, if I get high, I can start to think about it from other people's perspectives, and makes me think about it. But
it's good to, like, if you got some hair up your ass about something and there's an issue you have to deal with, it's good at evaluating the issue and you're like, is this as important as I'm making it out to be in my mind? Because I'm treating this thing as a big fucking deal. And it can really kind of hone in your perspective on it a little bit and be like, oh yeah, maybe I'm treating this thing as a bigger deal than everybody else is, and it's not as I shouldn't be kind of like throwing myself out there and and exposing myself as kind of a neurotic maniac on this issue, right?
Yeah, it puts stuff in perspective.
Yeah.
I find it makes me a bit humble on things.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, all right, you don't fucking know everything. Calm down.
Right. Yeah.
Stop being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it, but I find that sometimes I'll have some and it'll scare the shit out of me. Like it's too introspective.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a big old break. And I'm like, okay, I don't want that.
Right.
Yeah. That like CBD, CBN vape is like the best. Like I sleep like a baby.
Yeah. I wonder what the real deal is on CBN. I wonder.
I looked it up. I couldn't really. It's a type of THC or a derivative. Or
yeah, I wonder if it's legit or if it's a marketing thing, right? Because my understanding that it's CB like nighttime. I think the N stands for like nighttime. You know,
interesting.
But
I don't find any psychoactive effects.
Anything different?
Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm high.
Right.
I feel like in my body I feel tired.
Right.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
So I can kind of just pass out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting then to know like what's the actual, what's the physical mechanism that's actually at play there to make you kind of power down.
Yeah.
You know,
to feel that way
and relax you a little bit. You know, if it is legit or not. You know, because it's really tough to figure out what is a placebo and what's not a placebo. Because there's so much, like, I don't know, like I've never been able to really tell the difference between a sativa and an indica personally. But I mean, a lot of people swear by it.
Yeah.
But for me, like I've never really detected any real difference. You know,
I know what you mean. I've had things like hybrids that just kind of felt like weed, you know, and I find I've had some strains that didn't make me feel tired.
You're right. Yeah.
When it went away.
Yeah.
And I assume that that's the sativa feeling that people talk about.
I mean, like I've had things that have been labeled indica that have made me anxious, and sativa that have made me anxious, and hybrid that have made me anxious. Like, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah. I tell you, speaking about that, CBD, I don't feel that at all.
You don't feel any CBD?
No, it does nothing.
So if you take something that's like purely CBD, no THC in it, have you felt any like?
Yeah, I got 50 milligram tablets of CBD.
So have you noticed any like anti-inflammatory effects from it?
Not really.
Like if you had a headache or an injury or something like that?
No, nothing. Like I cold plunge. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but like people talk about the anti-anxiety aspect and everything, but like I've taken 150 milligrams of CBD. Yeah. And like nothing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough to know what works out there. Yeah. And especially like when the body's so complicated and you got who knows what the hell, like what your diet's like at the time. There's so many factors that go into play there. Like how much coffee you had that day, or, you know, how much pre-workout maybe you drank in the day, you know, like I had 4 scoops of pre-workout today.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a fuckload, man.
Yeah. So I had 2 scoops mixed with cranberry juice. I love drinking cranberry juice before a workout, and it makes me feel good. Okay. I feel like I feel like whatever kind of sugar I get from cranberry juice, it just doesn't. I don't get any kind of issues on a workout. I feel like it's just a smooth kind of, you know, energy source, right? So I drink that, and then I wait a little bit too long to work out, and then the missus, she wanted to go to the mall, so there's some shopping we had to do. I had to pick up soup for a wedding and shit, and then a few hours later, I was like, okay, I got time to get a run in here, and I just started lifting weights again from my rib. Yeah, it was pretty good. Push-ups and stuff were okay. Like a chest press where my body is on like position against something, like that's no bueno right now. But I was able to do some pull-ups today.
Okay, like body weight stuff.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
So, and I can breathe now. I can breathe heavy now. You know, so that's good. But yeah. So yeah, I had another 2 scoops with a little bit more cranberry juice, dude. But I got it in. The worst thing is like you take pre-workout and then you don't even work out.
Yeah.
I
I've
do
done
that.
that too.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I do it when I'm working. I'll take some pre-workout.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just get those fingers typing, you know.
I mean, I've taken so much pre-workout over the years, and I haven't really stopped taking it since I was like 20 years old, like 19 or 20. I guess I've been taking pre-workout since I was like 19 or 18 or 19.
Wow.
Like every day, pretty much.
Journey.
Yeah. And I'm still alive, you know? So, I was taking it in the good old days too, where, you don't know what the fuck is even in it.
Amphetamines and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's more like a ritual now before a workout. That just gets me kind of like thinking about the workout and what I'm going to do during the workout. And
I could see that.
yeah,
I find that times I've run out of pre-workout or get like a half scoop,
yeah,
it's like a shittier workout, and I think it's like mental.
yeah,
Where I'm like, I need that.
yeah.
It's like creatine. Like if I forget to take creatine for a day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like feel weak.
I did a jiu-jitsu competition last November, and I took pre-workout in between matches when I didn't even need it. And I had my regular matches, and then we had this open weight, open belt division as well. And I was like, fuck, I'll take some pre-workout. I said, I feel pretty good right now, but you know what would make me feel even better? Some pre-workout. And so I chugged this pre-workout down, and immediately when I chugged it, I was up, and I was the first match up, and I wasn't expecting that. I was like, all right, fuck. and so during the whole match, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Because I had like heartburn and just I felt like shit. It was a good match, but it didn't ultimately affect the match. But it was just such a fucking meathead thing to do, where I'm just drinking pre-workout for no reason.
Oh, dude. No, I hear you. I drink it just before jiu-jitsu. It's got beta-alanine in it, so my skin is itchy.
Yeah.
And when I'm rolling with people and the scraping, it hurts.
Oh yeah.
But I still do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Give you some sense of urgency.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the UFC. I was reading about the Tim Kennedy stuff. So he claimed to have a Bronze Star
with Valor. I think he's got a Bronze Star.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know like how much you know about it, but
I read what he wrote about it after. I seen a video where this guy was calling him out. Thing is, full disclosure, I love Tim Kennedy.
Yeah,
I think he's amazing.
Me too. Yeah,
he's a interesting dude.
Yeah,
and I think that he would kill a ton of people. So yeah, it doesn't really like. I seen the video they were talking about, but he was talking, and I can forgive him. I don't think he's the kind of guy to steal valor.
It's tough from like a non-military guy perspective
fair enough
to have a full appreciation of how much of a red flag that is for a military folk, and you get a little bit of it in policing where you have guys like fucking trying to make themselves sound cool and like of some kind of call that they're on where they do some shit or whatever. I mean, I've told you plenty of stuff like off camera, like that I've been involved in, and but it's so difficult for me to talk about stuff where I'm like trying to make like where I like look good in a situation, or if I try like, or that I seem like I did something well or whatever. I get kind of an ick factor where it's really hard for me to talk about myself in those regards, like I've talked about like some shootings or whatever, and it's, even talking about that stuff, it's so hard to talk about it and not come across like, I don't know, like you were, like taking that situation in your hands and you had it all figured out or something or whatever, right? Because in a lot of these situations, like particularly that I've been involved in, it's hard to talk about them honestly. Like I told you before, it's hard for me to tell the story honestly because if you do, it makes a lot of people that were on the call with me look bad, and that's the last thing I would want is for that to get back to them, that, that's like how my perception of the situation went down. And ultimately, they fucked up, or they weren't up to par, or whatever it was that went down that was problematic, in the situation. And it's all my perception. And when things are that intense, you're being fucking shot at or whatever, um, reality is kind of wishy-washy too.
Mm.
So yeah, the Tim Kennedy stuff, I didn't even know, like, I don't follow like his kind of military kind of story, or I never read his book. I never, all I really know is, like, I think I watched his Sean Ryan episode, and then some of the stuff on Rogan where he's talking about his military service. And so yeah, I was surprised to see his apology thing, where he came out and said, that he essentially unintentionally made statements over the years that would allude to him having valor when the valor was not there.
Yeah.
So, but from what I know from military guys, like, you're not going to confuse a bronze star with valor. Like, there's a big difference there, so yeah, it's tough, man, because what I know about Tim Kennedy is that he's a really good guy, and all his friends love him, and what he does for, like, veterans and charities and stuff. Like, he's built, like, mortgage-free homes for veterans and stuff, and fun, and, like, been a part of, like, funding for that, and, like, fought for the troops in UFC, and like, he does so much good for his community.
Yeah, he started up I believe it was him. He started a homeschool, like, course. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like him and his wife or something.
Okay.
They started up, like, a program for homeschooling.
Yeah.
They have, like, sheepdog defense.
Yeah, I've heard of sheepdog. Yeah.
And, like, again, I'm a civilian, so what do I
Yeah.
know? But he apologized, so that's great.
Yeah, like, his apology is kind of weird though, because if you're in a court of law and you say, like, you kind of word it the way he did, it's kind of like it's a weird apology. Like, if I'm getting pressed by, like, a defense lawyer and I'm on the stand, and like, I'm always as honest as I possibly can, like about my shortcomings. Like, if I'm on a file and they're grilling me about something, I always will, like, admit to fucking something up, and being 100% accountable for that thing. And I'll add caveats to it, and try to articulate from somebody else's perspective on how I could have fucked that thing up, or how it wasn't completely due to negligence or whatever. It's like, this is my perception at the time, and this is the event, and how fast the event was moving, or how I couldn't take a note of absolutely everything that's going on in that situation, because I had to deal with safety issues and things that were, maybe because there's this stupid trope in policing that if you don't write it down, it didn't happen. And that's just fucking bullshit. Like, you'll have, like, people teaching cops and trying to ingrain it in their head that if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. But you don't have to fucking write everything down. If something is so fucking vivid and so crazy, like, that you're never going to fucking forget it. Like, it's not something that you need to write down. I mean, your notes are a utility to spark your memory, and they're an aid to your memory, because ultimately your testimony is what matters. So, and your credibility with the testimony. So if I say some shit like, well, I misremember that event, or if I start saying shit like that, and trying to dance around issues when I'm getting grilled by a defense lawyer, then a judge is going to look at me and be like, man, fuck this guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's how can we trust everything he's saying if he's not being accountable to the degree which is, which would be necessary in a court of law type thing. So when I read a statement, it's almost like, did a lawyer draft that, or like what the deal was? But
it seemed a little too formal for you.
It just seemed like like you don't want to admit that you were doing something intentional. You don't want to admit that you were doing like you had full intent to deceive people about these valor issues, right? Which is, from like a media personality and like a guy that's talked so much over the years, and you're a fucking prize fighter, you're getting fucking punched in the head for a living, and part of being a prize fighter is having like a larger than life persona that people can kind of gravitate to and watch your fights, and they'd be intrigued about it too. So, but the last thing I would want for any military guy is for them to get carried away, talk some shit about things that they've done that are hyperbolic, or they put a little bit too much sauce on the story, and it turns out to not be true. But then them fucking up then gets isolated from their peers, because stolen valor in military circles is like, it's a huge fucking no-no.
Oh yeah,
it's
I'd
like,
imagine.
It's like essentially like suicide in your peer group. So I hate that. I hate that that could happen. My thoughts on it is almost that I would want the penalty for like the military to do an investigation, and if somebody is proven to have lied about valor issues or whatever it is, fucking lock them up, put them in the brig, like lock them away, and like however intense the lie was or whatever it was, fucking throw them away for a month and lock them up for a month, and put a fucking like clown makeup on them, a clown nose, whatever it is, and once that's done, okay, you're forgiven. You're a fucking clown. You fucking lied about it, but you served your time in jail for your stolen valor shit. Now, okay, it's now enough is enough. Come back to us, right? Because from a mental health aspect, it's like that would be absolutely fucking devastating, right? For that guy, no matter what, like no matter how much they deserve the backlash, they're still a person, right? So, I never want to see anybody, even if they did legitimately deceive people, to have something like that ruin their whole fucking life, and then them not have any support groups after that, right?
No, yeah, 100%. It's confusing to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm missing a part of the story.
Yeah.
But like, he was a Navy SEAL. His
Green Beret.
I'm sure all of his buddies are from the military.
Yeah.
He's ingrained in the community.
Yeah.
So, stealing valor, it's like, you were already a Green Beret.
Yeah.
You're a UFC fighter.
And he was like one of the best in the world at one time. Like he doesn't, like, that's the confusing thing about it. I think you're getting to. It's like,
like why? Why would you do that?
It doesn't make any sense. Right?
Like, what else do you need?
Yeah.
You're already the man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
especially
like wearing a hat at that point.
Especially to like non-military folk that like haven't been on fucking combat deployments and shit. Like, I don't need to know like their operation history or how many people they've fucking whacked overseas. I already have respect for you. I already think you're fucking cool. And on top of that, you're one of the best in the world at fighting hand-to-hand combat. It's so, yeah, it is confusing, right? But
especially where it's like, it's going to come out,
Yeah. And he's worked with guys like that John McPhee guy, that fucking nutcase. Like,
I love that guy.
Yeah. So he's worked with that guy, and that guy wouldn't, like, if Tim was totally full of shit, you don't think John McPhee would like have like say some shit about that? I mean, he seems like the type of guy that gives zero fucks. I would be like, fuck you, Tim. Like, you puss. Like,
absolutely. Well, he kind of, he gave him the gears on the Sean Ryan show, because he was like, Tim was basically amazing at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want that guy on the team.
Yeah.
He's like, otherwise he was a brand new guy. He would not have gotten shot,
Right.
So
right.
he kind of gave us all an idea of, how he moved up or whatever. That being said, like, I have a fuckload of respect for that guy. In fact, I first seen on YouTube, it was like Tim Kennedy, finally caught lying about whatever, stolen valor.
Yeah.
It's like bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
Kennedy's the fucking man.
Yeah.
So, man, I hate it. Like, I hate when great men have that shit happen. Like,
but
Arnold
that's
Schwarzenegger and
the nanny.
the nanny. You know,
But people love tearing down guys, right?
Yeah.
Like that's people love like seeing guys become like the hero type figure, but they love that much more of like taking somebody down
absolutely.
too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like so many of these like military kind of channels where you have these guys like kind of commenting on their like the whole kind of social kind of like their kind of niche thing, like the whole scene, like the military like operator scene or whatever, it seems like they enjoyed a little bit too much like talking about like these issues, it's because I think it's just sad,
Also, it's this great man that's getting taken down.
Yeah.
There was I wish I remember the channel, but it's a military guy talking about how he lied about, the Bronze Star with Valor.
Right.
And he loved it, and he's like, just fucking kicking him when he's down.
We finally got him type thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude,
Yeah.
like this, I don't know Tim Kennedy, but from everything I've heard and everything I've seen, like he seems like a fucking hero,
Yeah, like he has a personality online, and from what I know, the people that are very credible people that are friends with him, that I've heard him talk about it. I mean, he's just a beauty of a human, like other than that, right? So yeah, I mean, like there's bad people out there, right? And that like deserve to be fucking kicked when they're down.
Yeah.
And I don't think
the whole fucking Epstein list.
Yeah. But I don't think military guys that have been like fucking hit in the head maybe too many times, and they're going on 20 years past like their last deployment, where memories get wishy, and get weird, and then it's almost like the OJ kind of syndrome or symptom, where you talk about something so much that you actually believe your bullshit. I mean, that's a real fucking thing that can happen, right? So, but I just hate to see a guy that that like people want him to lose everything, and for his life to be fucking destroyed about that. Yeah, and that's where I come back to, fucking put him in military jail for a month, like fucking throw away the key for a month.
I like to wear clown makeup.
Yeah, wear the clown makeup. Yeah, put a fucking dunce hat on him, take a picture of him, hand it to him, like when it's all said and done, and then be like, okay, that's it. Don't fucking like get carried away anymore. Cut the bullshit out, and now come back to us. We'll come back. Give me a hug, and it's like, and just be done with it, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I don't know.
The Grok outage.
Oh yeah. So the Grok 3 was crashing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal with that was. Like the suspicion, the online kind of like conspiracy theory was that Grok 3 was like having a meltdown, like knowing that Grok 4 was going to come and replace Grok 3. So Grok 3 was just like, fuck all this, and just went crazy and crashed out, and then started like praising Hitler and shit. And like, yeah. So it was like, got on some weird like Hitler rant, which was totally fucking weird.
Hackers.
Yeah. And, but it wasn't even like a hacking thing. Like, so I think what happened in reality was some coder or some engineer with their AI, 𝐬𝐿 or something, like gave a prompt to Grok and said like, take off all the politically correct barriers and like, whatever it was. And then Grok 3 got carried away and went down the whole
whoa, that's wild.
Went down the Nazi route, right? So which is concerning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but I mean, but it's also kind of fucking crazy. It's scary if the conspiracy theory type thing is true, that Grok 3 was like fucking flipping out and having this kind of existential crisis, that it was being updated and replaced by Grok 4, that it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like go on a Hitler.
Well, it's funny because that whole "My Heart Goes Out to You" Elon salute, you know, that they were trying to paint
Oh.
as like a Nazi salute.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
that fucking stuff pissed me off so
well
much.
oh
you know?
man.
It's like, and normal people that I knew were like, "Geez, man, Elon Musk, what the fuck is he doing?" And it's
he waited to get into the White House and then announce, you know, this white, like,
and then like, but the people just started clipping like everybody else that was basically saying he's a Nazi, like doing the same shit and having their hand up like that, you know. And it's like you can just take a picture, a still shot of people in motion doing something, and make it look like they're a Nazi.
oh
right?
well, it's funny because somebody clipped together past presidents doing the same salute.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
people wave weird.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
I mean, yeah, are their heels clapped together? Their one arm's down by the side tight, and it's like, you know, at a 45-degree angle up above the head, you know.
did he start by saying something fucking crazy?
Yeah.
You know, something Hitler-esque or Nazi-esque?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing was that was painful. We were talking about Elon, and they were like, "Oh, Elon." It's like, what? It's like, you know, everything CNN said. Basically, it's like Elon Musk started. Basically made electric vehicles cool.
Right.
So, you know, that used to be your Bible.
Yeah.
He should be one of your apostles.
Right.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah, like his businesses are all, you know, in that kind of playbook, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like CNN's so crazy. I mean, they put a you know, like Trump has this kind of like orange kind of hue to him, you know, but like in a like normally, I guess he wears like a lot of self tanner or some shit like that, but on CNN, like they've shown like the filter that CNN puts on its news program that makes Trump look even like way more orange than like, you know, like orange than this can of fucking mango shit, right? Like they did that to Joe Rogan too. Like when
they made him gray.
Yeah, they made him like yellow and gray.
He's
you know?
dying.
Yeah,
that's paste.
Yeah, he actually looked like he had some kind of liver disease that, you know, that he had his liver was fucking decaying, and you know, so because of the filter that they put on it when he was talking about like having COVID and what he was taking to get over it. So I mean, it's like it's little details like that people don't even realize that they're looking at that can totally warp their minds, right?
Especially if you're kind of just half in.
Yeah,
they're like, you're right.
Yeah,
about everything. So here's something to kind of top you up for the day.
Yeah,
it's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
the Orange Man.
Yeah,
you know.
But that new Epstein stuff, man, is just so disappointing.
Well, it's funny because this article came out. I can't remember the publication. I think it was the New York Times, and they were like, you know, people don't trust the government, and they listed like some legitimate things that make you not trust the government.
Yeah,
and then they were like, you know, and yes, there are people that are on the upper echelon of society who have done terrible things, but to loop everything into a conspiracy, it's like, what are you guys saying? Mm-hmm. It's like these people have done terrible things.
Yeah.
No one's going to prison.
It's literally a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I mean, he conspired to have influence over powerful people in the U.S. in particular, and to gain advantage, some kind of advantage.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so we want to know what the fuck is that advantage that he was gaining? Who benefited from that? How the fuck did he make his money? Because he didn't make any money.
No.
You know, so who?
He had the biggest, I think it was the biggest penthouse in Manhattan.
Yeah.
He had,
which was gifted to him, by the way, by some clothing guy, apparently.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he couldn't afford it. He had a ranch in
this fucking island, man.
And a fucking island.
Yeah.
And he's importing women.
Yeah.
And they were told, like this has all been documented, they were told to do sexual favors for VIP members.
Yeah.
And the VIP member list is out there.
Sounds like a big fucking conspiracy.
Yeah. And then who was the Pam
Bondi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, we have 10,000 hours of footage.
Right.
And all of a sudden they don't. And it's like, if Putin fucking farted and someone died in a different city in fucking Moscow, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
He did it. It's like, boss, like, if anything screams conspiracy, this is it. You know, they're child trafficking people.
Yeah.
To, you know, and like
it's like the most unholy shit that you can, like, you know, one of the most unholy shit that you can do is that, you know, you're taking advantage of young people, young girls in particular, and using them as a tool, and you're kind of weaponizing them to
well, they're
blackmail
using
people.
creep. They're using creep a lot,
Hmm.
and it's like Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a creep. A creep is like a guy who is staring out his window at like women jogging by.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like having children
Yeah.
trafficked to an island
Yeah.
so people can bang them.
Yeah. He was
is
Emperor
pure
fucking
fucking
Palpatine,
evil.
man.
Yeah.
He's like a
Yes, yeah.
He's a bad fucking guy. Like
Yeah.
you know, and a huge fucking player in some kind of a fucking intelligence scheme, obviously at this point, you know. So
Well, the lady that was one of the first people to speak out, she was found dead.
yeah,
A couple of other victims that spoke out found dead.
yeah,
Epstein in this super prison
yeah,
is, you know, hangs himself. The cameras go out. The guards are asleep. His partner, dead.
yeah.
You know?
And the footage that they released wasn't even, there was no veracity to the video that they released, right? So, which is like having veracity of and chain of custody of evidence for a court, and to have is so important when it comes to legitimizing something, right? So when you release video that has been edited or stitched together by Adobe, which they've found to be true, and it's missing like a minute, like what? Like
Oh, they said they have to.
what blows my mind is how fucking sloppy it is.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking sloppy, you know. So and that's why somebody needs to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump needs to fucking fire somebody, you know, because obviously he's untouchable right now, you know. But somebody's got to go, because I mean, you just can't. Even if even if you're trying to handle this in a way that you're protecting powerful people, you like the way you fucking did it was so incompetent that, you know, like that's pissing people off too. Like people are pissed off at how fucking incompetent the cover up is, you know. It's like, so it really, you know, the world is dark, man, and the world is, and it's darker than people fucking realize.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's I don't. It's the whole thing is like, I think Trump's point is that if you just release all the information and you release names without having concrete proof that they committed crimes, then they're going to be guilty by association, and it's and you're going to like tear a lot of people down and cause a lot of havoc because of that. So to do it in a legal way where you actually have like up and down, like foolproof, like evidence to support them being guilty of a crime, that's very difficult. And I can wrap my head around that. But
I feel like he's afraid to be killed, is what I think.
But it's one thing to not release the names, but it's another thing to not even it's one thing to not even talk about what the fuck Jeffrey Epstein even was.
Yeah.
And so they're not even saying that. So that's where it becomes pretty obvious that there's he was intelligence related, right? Because you don't have to then release all the names, but you can tell us what the fuck he was.
Mhm.
If who was he working for, right?
Yeah.
Where did his money come from? Like, that's all shit that you can figure out. You just can't be a billionaire and have no trace of where that money came from, or, you know, where that money was going, you know. So the whole thing is just, you know, it's a dark fucking moment, you know. It's right up there with like the fucking Kennedy assassination, all that kind of fucking shit. Like major historical events that are very fucking weird. And we know you're not giving us all the information, and we just gotta fucking take that and sit down, shut up, and take it.
Man, I like with all the like the JFK assassination, that folder is old. It's off the desk, you know, but this is still fresh.
Yeah.
And especially all the division between, you know, people and political parties. It's like, this really should be the issue to bring everyone back together.
Right.
It's like, this is obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Well, they campaigned on it.
Yeah.
You notice JD Vance, like, he's not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
No.
I mean, it's not really his issue. Like, you know, it's something that ultimately he doesn't have the power to make a change there, and he probably has aspirations to fucking maybe run after Trump is done. So, yeah, he's staying clear of it, right?
Oh man,
so
it's so disappointing.
Yeah, and Kash Patel, like, fuck, man,
that guy, holy fuck,
like his role, like, I didn't know a lot about him, just that, like, he talked a big game.
He's there, like, smoking a cigar and fucking Lululemon gear on Joe Rogan,
right? But his Joe Rogan experience, his podcast, you know, like, I got a pretty good bullshit like censor, and it was just, you know, like you're not overtly lying about stuff, but the way you're wording things is a very technical way that he thinks he's probably pretty cute to, like, talk this way.
Yeah.
But he's saying a lot of fucking shit without saying anything at all.
Well, if I said to you, you're like, I lent you my truck, did you crash it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I didn't. And you're like, you had it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Peter, do you think if I crash your truck, I wouldn't tell you?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I do.
Yeah. Your truck is crashed. However, you know, that's just a fact right now. Now, proving who crashed it, it's never going to be a thing. You know, like, do you think, like, I would crash your truck? You think I'm capable of doing something like that? Really? You know? And it's like, well, you had it. Who else will fucking crash it? It's like, well, I'm not going to answer that. I can't answer that. Legally, I can't answer that. You know? And
there's video evidence, though, of you driving the truck with someone in it. We're not releasing that.
Yeah.
We're not going to let those people win.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What did he say? He said, we're not going to release the videos that they had, even though they didn't have any. And it was like, because we're not going to re-victimize those people. It's like, what if you guys just watch it and make arrests based on what you see?
I kind of feel bad for that ''𝐵𝐼𝐻𝐼 guy. He looks like he's aged a million fucking years, and it looks like a piece of his soul has been sucked out of him, and he's like a hostage that is, like, has to say, like, what he's been told to say, and it's fucking tearing him up inside, you know? So I think he's the weak link. I think if you got him and just, like, cornered him and just, like, put him in a room, like, let's interrogate 𝐵𝐼𝐻𝐼, he'll crack. That's a guy who'll crack, right? You know, like, he's not comfortable lying, that guy. You can tell, like, he doesn't like lying, right?
It's hurting his soul.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, who the powerful figure was that was like, you're not saying anything about that, drop it, you know? Because, like, there's levels.
Yeah.
You know? I was listening to Tim Dillon over the weekend, and he had a good point. He's like, people think, like, powerful people are like Dwayne Johnson. Like, the real powerful people don't even know who he is. You know?
Yeah.
They're the ones ordering strikes in countries you've never heard of.
Yeah.
They're the ones assassinating presidents.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, do you ever see, like, fucking the picture of, like, Lord Rothschild, like, pointing his finger at King Charles?
No.
It's like, you know, here's King Charles. He's supposed to be like a fucking king, and then you have, like, this old Rothschild guy, like, talking to him like this, you know? And it's, you know, like, and people don't know a lot about those people, the Rothschilds and stuff, but, like, that'll tell you, okay, like, you think King Charles is powerful? No. Like, he's kind of just, he's essentially, like, you know, not to piss anybody off that's a Brit, but he's kind of a mascot, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, with all due respect, I mean, because he's our king too, you know, technically.
Yeah.
You know? but that's you true. Mean, but, like, who, like, and he's all tied up in that fucking World Economic Forum shit too, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Big
so
time.
So a lot of his statements are clearly motivated by, you know, influence. They're not just his own like thoughts, really. You know.
Did you ever hear about how that started?
The World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Maybe go ahead though.
It was. I read it a while ago, but it was a project. It was tied into a university or a college in the States. Might have been Harvard, but it was Henry Kissinger, Klaus Schwab, and then a bit later Pierre Trudeau had something to do with the two.
Mm.
But it's funny, and this is completely tinfoil hatty, but it's funny that all of the people that were on the list that we seen on the unofficial list
Mm-hmm.
are all super involved with the World Economic Forum. Bill Gates,
Right.
The political leaders,
Yeah.
and at the same time,
Prince Andrew.
At the same time, all of the Western countries that they're from are all doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Internet censorship.
Yeah. Open borders.
Yeah. You know,
Net zero.
They're like with the Olympics, it was like people were sort of talking about the, trans women competing in sports. It's in the Olympics immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pushed it through. It's all happening at the same time. They're all involved with the World Economic Forum.
Right. Yeah.
Did Jeffrey Epstein work for them? It's like,
I mean,
I'm like this close to creating one of those insane conspiracy
flowchart,
like flowcharts with
Yeah.
like the strings.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. We can make a big one in here.
we should.
You know?
This
Yeah.
wall. We'll move all this shit out.
Yeah.
We'll be in here drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes.
Just a spider web of total like insanity, right?
Klaus
Yeah.
Schwab in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy stepped down.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got too radioactive because he's been saying shit like totally fucking insane shit. Like you'll have nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
And
Think about the compliance.
yeah. Have you considered eating the bugs? Like crickets for protein?
Yeah.
It's like, and he's got like the German accent. Like
See him in that Darth Vader thing he had on?
Yeah.
It had like ram's heads on it, and
yeah,
it's like you guys are probably the bad guys.
yeah. You're dressing like bad guys.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like what is going on here? You're making it so weird and obvious. So yeah, it's it's depressing. The whole thing's depressing. But what do you do?
Well,
what do you do? You keep on chugging on. You go to jiu-jitsu a few times a week, get the shit beat out of you.
Exactly. You go on Twitter.
Yeah.
You say a couple things anonymously.
Yeah. You rage out, and that's it. You shut up. You sit down and shut up and eat your Cheerios and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man. It's a good time. Good drink.